What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning Python. My name is QD Azdani and you guys are watching my channel Croywood. In this video we're gonna show you guys what is ternary operators. So ternary is the if statements in if else and elif is gonna be not complete if you guys don't know what is ternary operator. So in programming we have something called unary. We have a binary. Then we have a ternary. Alright, so the unary one, if you guys know, is 0 or 1. The binary is going to be either 1 1 or 1 0 or 0 1, because one digit, and this one's going to be 2, and the ternary is going to be 3. Or you guys can have a combination of any other thing. So we have a unary, binary, and ternary. So that's something I thought this is going to be useful for you guys, because we all computer programmers. So what is ternary operators? Ternary operators is like if else, but it's simplified the if else. So we have say for example, if you guys, we've seen that you put a if and you've got to put some sort of expression here, and then you guys going to put your statements. So statements here. Okay, so I'll put that one in comment sections. I can't put it here. So if you have if, then you have some sort of boolean here. Then you have your statement here. Then you have your else. Then you're gonna have your statement again, like a print. So that's your if. But imagine if you guys gonna come here and put an if. So you put your boolean, and then you guys put that one in one line, and that one gonna be, say, if it's true, then if, then you guys can put your else, then you guys can put else here, same like this. This is a ternary, and ternary is basically simplified the way you guys are going to put your if and else. But instead of normally you guys going to see a parenthesis in other programming languages, so it's going to be some sort of you guys going to have say condition here, then you guys going to have question mark, then the second condition here, then you guys going to have some sort of colon. So which side is this? So that's a ternary in C++ or say any other programming language, but I'm going to show you guys in Java. So I'm going to show you guys in Python. So the first one is going to be, say, if it's true, on true, then we're going to have a if, and it's going to be our expression is going to be here, expression, and then else, and that's expression is wrong, this is supposed to be e, then it's going to be else, then it's going to be on false. Okay, that's how this is the ternary operator. That's a structure. The first one is on true, then we're going to evaluate that one if the expression, and then else, if it's false, then it's going to come on this one. It's going to be same like if statement. So if you have say for example AB, for example, and we put a sign, say 10 to A, and say 40 to B, for example. All right, so if we put a if, say A is greater than B, that's our condition. So if you return bin, we're going to say that we're going to say A is greater than B. All right, what is our else? Our else gonna be, because we're gonna print the same one, and so B is greater than A. B is greater than A. So in our situation, one of them can be true, not both. So it's impossible, because our A is 10, our B is 40. So we say if A is greater than B. If a is if 10 is greater than 40, print this one, otherwise you print this one. Okay, so we're gonna run our program, we're gonna test our condition, and we're gonna say which one. B is greater than A, because the B is 40 and the A is 10. So now how we gonna put this one in like a ternary operator? We're gonna put the same way. We're gonna come here and we're gonna put A, B, 10, 40, and we're gonna remove everything here, and we're gonna put a print. So our prints gonna be, say, A, or you guys can put your A. Say we put if A is greater than B, else, and then B. Okay, A is greater than B, that's our first. The second one, B is greater than A. All right, same situation as before, same. We had this one greater. Okay, so sorry about the typos, because it's a bit hard for me to talk and type at the same time. Okay, so we had our if like before. Now we have exactly the same. Before I put a if that's a print, and then the only now is what we put it on true, and then we put on false here, and then we put else in here, and then we put if A is greater than B, and we have to we don't even need to put a colon here. All right, so now we're gonna test this one. If our so if you look in here, we don't get any error. B is greater than A, the same result, but it's going to be just in one line, if you see in here. So I leave it up to you guys. If you guys like if you put A, say if you put A is greater than, say, B, you put your print, or you can put your else here, and then you can put your print. It's up to you guys. I leave it up to you which one you think is easier, which one for you guys easier to put this way, or you think the ternary one's good. But this is the good example of ternary. So if you guys look in here, we have A which is 10, we have B which is 40. So we print this one, A is greater than B here, and then we put this one, B is greater than A here, else. But if you look in here, it's all in one line. It's up to you guys, it's your personal choice. But if you guys thinking this one's a lot easier, you guys can do this. If you guys think this one is not easy, you guys just stick with the normal A and B. So how we gonna come here and we do the ternary operator with a very complicated one. So if you have X, Y, Z, we go for X, and our X gonna be, we gonna receive int, and our int is gonna be input. We're gonna put receive input, and that's gonna be the type int, and we put a enter first number. So we put a T to go for the next line. Then we're gonna copy that one, we're gonna leave it here. So I'll tell you guys, the ternary one's very good with the large ones. So X, Y, and it's gonna be the Z. All right, so now if you run this, and you guys gonna see this one, but we don't worry about this one. We're gonna come here, and we're gonna, if you run, enter the first number. Say if you put a 2, the second number we're gonna put a 4, and the fifth number, which is going to be 5. Okay, the Python's asking for all this number from us, but how we gonna say evaluate this one? What we have through this ternary operator? How we gonna see which number is if you want to do comparison, which one is greater than another one? Okay, so in this one we seen just 2 ones, but if you guys need, so if you have very complicated ones, I believe the ternary one is very good if you have very long or very complicated ones. Okay, so now we're gonna after we got all the number from the user, now how we gonna evaluate this through the ternary operator. So we're gonna put a result. Okay, that's fine. We need to put the same situation here, but we need to put it in parentheses here. So the first ones we're gonna evaluate x, we put a x if, and then we put another parenthesis, then we're gonna say x is greater than say the last one. We're gonna evaluate the first one, and the last one we're gonna put a z, then we put a else y. Okay, so now here we put x, our first one, then we evaluate this one. X is greater than z. If x is greater than z, which one our numbers, because we don't know what the user is gonna put, and then we put else is y. If they're not this one, then we put this one. All right, so and now we're gonna come here and we put a if, and the second one is gonna be if x is greater than say y, and now we put else. We put the else is the rest, and what is the rest? The rest we put gonna put a y. We put a y because now we put a x1 here. Our x is and z, but we didn't put a y, so now we have to put a y. So as like here, if a is greater than b, then b is greater than c, just like here, but it's more complicated. And we put a y if y is greater than say z, and we put else, we put a z. Okay, now we're gonna print. So now we cover everything. We have put a x, this guy here, whatever the user is gonna put x, then we gonna test the condition, the boolean condition. We compare it, the x is greater than y, else x is greater than z, then we put a else y, otherwise if not this one, then this one, then we put a x is greater than y, and there is a two condition. Now the third one is that else. What is the else? Whatever the else is, the y remained, because we haven't put the y, and now we put a y if y is greater than z, and then else we put a z. Okay, so now we're going to print this one. We put a print. So we put a print, and we put the greater number is. So we're going to see which one is the greater, and then you guys going to need to concatenate this one with str, which is inbuilt function, and you guys need to put a result inside. Alright, so now we're gonna see whichever the user is gonna put in, which one is the biggest. So with the ternary operator. So now this is very simplified version of the ternary operator, and this is very complex. So if you look in here, but you guys can solve very complicated. Imagine if you guys, I'll give you with the two ones, which is a lot easier for you guys if you do if else. But how about I'll give you three like this. But the three ones very difficult with if else. Otherwise you guys need to put like 20 lines of if else, if you're gonna evaluate everything. But with the ternary, you guys just put in one line. If you look in here, and whatever we're gonna do, this one we're gonna assign to this guy here, result. Whatever number comes up in here, we're gonna put assign to this one, and here we're just gonna print it. That's it. Just this is, keep in mind, in the first videos I've shown you guys that this plus represent the concatenation. Alright, so now we're gonna run, and we're gonna see. Okay, so don't worry about the first one and this guy here. Enter the first number. So the first number we're gonna put a 5. Enter the second number, then we're gonna put a, say for example, 10. Enter the third number, we put a 20. Alright, keep in mind the way we evaluated this one. The first one is going to be x, and we say that if x is greater than z, Then if it's none of these, then we put a y. And then if x is greater than y, if it's x is not in none of this condition, then we go on else. Like here we went for else. If it's not this condition, then this condition. But now because we have a 3, and the second one we're gonna go if y towards the y, because we didn't know the y. If y is greater than z, y is, now we're going to evaluate this guy here. Y is greater than z, else z. Otherwise it's going to be z. So we cover all of them, the 3 of them. Okay, now the first one is going to be 5, the second one is going to be 10, the third one is going to be 20. All right, so the greatest number is 20, of course, because the 21 is the greatest one. So now we're going to go the other way around. So we're going to do the first one, say, or the middle one. So if we put the biggest number, the middle one, not the. Now you guys might tell me that why, because you go to 5, 10, and 20, and that's a C, and that's a Z, and that's why it's giving us a number. So okay, now we're going to put the middle one up. So we're going to check for the Y1. Now we're going to come here. So we put this one, say for example 5, we put the second one 50, we put the third one, say 3, because now we're going to check for the y1. We are not going to check the first one because we checked the last one and it comes up okay. So how about the second one? And if you look in here, it doesn't matter how many times you guys going to do, the greater one is 50, because this y holds the 60, sorry, the y holds the 50. So now we're going to run again and we're going to check the last one. So the first number we're going to do, for example, 100, for example. And then now we're going to do the second one, which is going to be 50, for example. And the third one is going to be 20. And the greater number is 100. So now you guys see how the ternary operator, which is very similar to if else, like comparison, how the ternary operators have solved our problem, very complex problem, because it's not a 2 but it's a 3. So how our ternary operator, if you guys making application and you guys needs to compare 3, then the ternary operator is going to be the right choice for you guys. It's going to become on the rescue. If you look in here, how easy is this, that we're checking all this condition. And if you look in here, we have putting a 3, and now we are putting this one, whichever the greater one is. So in this video we have seen the ternary operator, and we've seen the ternary operator is very quite similar to if else, but it simplified our control flow, our condition. So if you look in here, and we've seen that the ternary operator is very useful when it's very complicated, in very complicated situations. You guys just gonna put in one line. The beauty of the ternary operator is that you guys can put it in just in one line. You don't need to put a whole like if else all the way here. You just put in one line, that's it. And the first one is, keep in mind, the first one's on true. You guys gonna put it true, and then you guys gonna put if, and then you guys gonna put else, and you guys gonna put a false. So the second one's gonna be, say, the else one. All right, so now if you look in here on top, and this guy here, that's exactly the same. That's exactly the same situation here, because it's 3. Now we evaluated the first one is gonna be x and z. If not an x and z, then y. Then people put if x is greater than y. If not none of them, then we're gonna go on the second option, y. Then we go on the second option, which is y. Y is greater than z, because we haven't done this guy here. Then z, else is z. Then because we have evaluated all of them, whichever ones comes in the biggest one, then we're gonna show. You guys can put a lowest one as well, but you guys gonna put the other way around. So if you want to put it this one, you guys needs to go the other way around. So you guys can do this one as well if you guys want to practice. And then you guys change this one, whichever the less number, the lower number, for example. You guys can check this one as well. Okay, so now we run the lowest number. So we're gonna come here and we put the first one is going to be 20, the second one which is going to be 10, the third one is going to be say 5. The lowest number is 5. If you've seen this one, this is quite amazing. Whichever way you guys want to do this, it goes the other that way. If you guys want to find the greater one, or you guys want to find the lowest one, you guys can do so, no problem. So this is the ternary operation. Keep in mind this Python, this is the ternary operator, and when you see the ternary operator, and you guys just think of it as if else. It's quite similar to if else, but it's just one line. You guys, whatever you guys do, you guys should just do it one line. I hope you guys understood the ternary operator in Python. If you have any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.